Hello guys, today we will talk about Deno, what it is, what are the features of Deno and where does it stand in comparison with Node. So in 2018, Ryan Dahl, who's the creator of Node.js, he thought that Node.js is not so perfect. There's still some issues which needs to be dealt with Node. To resolve these issues, he came up with a new JavaScript runtime and that is called as Deno. So just like Node, it is a command line JavaScript runtime and we will look at its features later, but first see that what technology it is built upon. Deno is built upon V8 engine like Node and it is also built with Rust, Tokyo and TypeScript. Let's just see an example of Deno running on my system. So here I have a file named as server.ts which is basically being used to create a server. So let's see what happens when I try to run this file using Deno. What I'll do is I'll do deno server.ts. Now you see as I run this I'm getting this exception of permission denied. So network access to the local host here. So if you are accessing network or files in your Deno code, you will need to provide permissions, and that is why it is called as a secure runtime for JavaScript and TypeScript. So in this case, if I have to allow the network, I'll have to pass one parameter. So now the command would be something like this: allow net and then server.ts. And now if I run it, you will see that I am able to access the local host here, right? So it will be running. Here you can see that I'm using TypeScript file here and Deno is comfortable with it. It does not need any additional configuration or tooling like in Node.js. This is one feature of Deno that you can use TypeScript out of the box. The third feature to notice here is that I'm referring this module from a URL, right? Whereas in Node I have to keep the module somewhere in the Node modules and then refer to it. Also, we don't need to use package manager like npm here, and we don't need to keep a package.json kind of file to record all of our dependencies. Although Deno doesn't hit this URL every single time we run the file, what it does is it caches the file so that execution can be faster. We can make the URLs load again by using this command. So let me just close this. What we can do is we can do deno fetch reload and server.ts. Right now it is fetching all these files again. Yeah, so you see now this is completed, and that's how it is working. So these are the three features of Deno which are very important. The first one is that it is a secure environment. You will have to provide permission, only then you can access the network or the files or some other things as well. And the second thing is that you can use TypeScript out of the box here. The third thing is you don't need a package.json file or an npm. You can just directly refer to the packages from their URL. So now let's see that what stage Deno is in right now. At the time of recording, version 1 is still not out there, and currently it is on version 0.41. You can also track the releases here as you go there. Yeah, and in the issues, yeah, you see this pinned issue 1.0. So this is about to be released in around May 13 as they are saying right now. So we'll have to wait that so that things can be stable in it. Right now it is having the breaking changes only. If you go back here, you see that in the 0.41 version there are changes are breaking here. And let's come to the conclusion here that will Deno be replacing Node.js anytime soon? So I don't think it is going to do that because Deno have still a lot of things to do and there is a long path to go for Deno. But if you are interested in TypeScript and JavaScript, you can track that how it is going and how Deno is doing. You can check with these releases also. And hope you find this video interesting as well as useful. Please like and comment. Thank you for watching. See you next time.